Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English Quickly. Today, we're going to discuss something that almost every English learner asks at some point. How can I think in English? You may already know hundreds of words. You may understand a movie without subtitles or read an article online. But the moment you want to speak, suddenly your brain freezes. Why? Because before the English words come out, your brain quickly translates from your native language. And that translation step makes you slow, hesitant, and sometimes frustrated. This is not just your problem, it's a global problem. Millions of learners face the same issue. But the good news is, it can be solved. In today's session, I will guide you through why this skill is important. 5 clear steps to practice it every day, the challenges you will face, and finally, a 30-day plan to change your habit of translating. So take notes, stay with me, and by the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap. Let's begin. Why thinking in English matters. When you translate, your brain is like a worker doing 2 jobs at once. Step 1. Think in your native language. Step 2. Convert that into English. That extra step creates hesitation. By the time you finish translating, the conversation has already moved on. Here's another problem. Not every word or expression translates cleanly. For example, English has phrases like spill the beans, which means to reveal a secret, or once in a blue moon, which means very rarely. If you try to translate them literally, they make no sense. Fluency isn't about knowing every grammar rule. It's about speaking naturally and quickly without stopping to translate. Think of it like driving a car. At first, you look at every control, gear, mirror, pedal. It's slow. But once you practice enough, your brain does it automatically. That's what thinking in English is, driving without looking at every control. Most of us were trained in school to memorize vocabulary lists and translate sentences. That was useful at the beginning. But if you want fluency, you must retrain your brain to work directly in English. Let's start with the first step, naming objects. Look around your room right now. You probably see a chair, a table, maybe a fan, a notebook, a phone. Everything you see has an English name. Whenever you are in a new place, your kitchen, your office, even on the street, silently name objects in English. For example, door, window, clock, shoes, table, bag, fan. If you don't know the English word, stop, check it, and then repeat it to yourself. Why is this powerful? Because it creates direct connections in your brain. Object, English word. Instead of seeing a pen and first thinking of the word in your native language and then translating into pen, your brain will jump straight to pen. That's how you rewire your mind. Let's practice right now. Look around you. Choose 5 objects. Say their English name silently. Done? Good. That's your first small victory. Once you can name objects, the next step is to make short sentences. Naming is good, but sentences build fluency. Examples. The chair is brown. My phone is on the desk. The door is open. The table is clean. The pen is on the table. I am thirsty. This coffee is hot. I am cooking rice. I am eating breakfast. The sun is bright. The shop is open. Don't try to build long, complex sentences in the beginning. Simple sentences are enough. Think of this like building a house. Every sentence is a brick. Alone, 1 brick is nothing. But brick by brick, you create a strong structure. That's fluency. Let's try. Look at your phone. Say, "My phone is on the desk." Look at your shoes. Say, "My shoes are black." The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. At first, it will feel slow, but slow is okay. Remember, fluency grows from consistency, not speed. Now comes step 3, my favorite step. Talk to yourself. Yes, I know it sounds funny, but believe me, it's powerful. Here's what to do. Pretend you are explaining your day to a friend. You can do it silently in your head or whisper softly if you're alone. Examples: now I will cook lunch. Later, I must call my boss. I feel tired. Maybe I will rest. I am going to make coffee. Tomorrow, I need to wake up early. I need to finish my work. I will take a short walk. It is raining outside. I want to read a book. I am feeling happy today. I should call my friend later. I am going to clean my room. I need to check my emails. I will prepare dinner soon. These small self-conversations train your brain to think directly in English. I recommend 2 minutes a day. Put a timer on your phone. For 2 minutes, narrate your thoughts in English. You'll be surprised at how quickly it becomes normal. And don't worry, no one else has to hear you. The 4th step is to make English part of your environment. Change your world into English step by step. For example, set your phone's language to English. Write your calendar and to-do list in English. Watch YouTube, TikTok, or Netflix in English. Listen to English music while cooking. Even better, narrate your daily chores. While brushing your teeth, I am brushing my teeth. While washing dishes, I am cleaning the plate. While walking, I am going to the shop. When you live in English, your brain doesn't have time to translate. English becomes the default. Finally, step number 5, journaling and nightly recap. Before bed, take 2 minutes. Either write in a notebook or think in your head about your day, but only in English. For example, today I studied for 2 hours. I met my friend. We drank coffee and laughed. I watched a movie. It was very interesting. I went for a walk in the park today. I called my parents and we talked for an hour. I practiced speaking English for 20 minutes. I watched a video about learning English. This simple recap reinforces what you learned and gives you a chance to use new words. Over time, these little recaps become longer, richer, and more natural. And you'll notice something amazing. Sometimes you'll start dreaming in English. That's a sign your brain is really switching. Now, let's be realistic. You will face challenges. Sometimes you'll forget words. Sometimes you'll feel slow. Sometimes you'll want to give up. That's normal. Remember these truths. Progress is slow at first. Don't expect miracles in a week. Mistakes are part of learning. If you never make mistakes, you're not learning. Consistency beats perfection. A little practice daily is better than big practice once a week. Input creates output. The more you listen, read, and watch in English, the easier it will be to think in English. Think of this like exercise. If you go to the gym once, nothing happens. But if you go 30 times, you see results. English is the same. Now let's put all of this into a simple 30-day plan. Week 1, name objects around you. Make simple sentences, just 2 minutes daily. Week 2, add self-conversations. Narrate your thoughts. Change one routine, maybe your phone settings. into English. Week 3. Start journaling every night. Write 3 to 4 sentences about your day. Do nightly recaps. Week 4. Expand sentences. Use English during your hobbies, cooking, gaming, even exercising. Record yourself speaking and listen back. At the end of 30 days, you'll notice real change. Fewer pauses, less translation, and more natural English thoughts. If you keep going for 60 days, it becomes a habit. At 90 days, it becomes your default. 5 steps can rewire your brain. Name objects, build simple sentences, talk to yourself, switch daily life to English, and journal your day. The journey is not easy, but it's possible. If you commit for just 30 days, even 2 minutes daily, your brain will start switching automatically. So here's my challenge to you. When this session ends, look around your room and name 10 objects in English. Then, make 3 simple sentences about them. That's your first step. Now I've added another step, real-life practice from fear to fluency. We often think, what if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? What if they don't understand me? Let me tell you this. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Let me share a true story. There is a young man who had been learning English alone. He could write well, read well, and even understand movies. But he was scared to speak. Very scared. One day he visited a cafe in New York. He wanted to order coffee, but he was nervous. He stood in the line practicing in his head. 1 black coffee, please. When it was his turn, he opened his mouth and forgot the sentence. He panicked. He just said, "Coffee?" The lady smiled and asked, "What kind?" He froze. But then he took a deep breath and said, "Black coffee, please." That one small step gave him confidence. After that, he made a decision. Every day I will speak English to 1 stranger. Sometimes it was a waiter, sometimes a bus conductor, sometimes someone in a store. He started small, just greetings. "Hi, how are you? Nice weather today. Where's the bus stop?" Soon those small sentences became bigger. He started asking, "Can you help me find this product? Is this seat taken? Do you know any good restaurant nearby?" He made mistakes. Of course, one time he said kitchen instead of chicken, and everyone laughed. But guess what? He laughed too, and he never forgot that word again. He realized something powerful. Mistakes are not your enemies. They are your teachers. So he stopped feeling ashamed. He started learning from real conversations. You can do the same. Start with short sentences. Don't try to speak like a professor. Speak like a friend. Go to a shop and say, "Hello, I am learning English. Can I ask a question?" You'll be surprised how kind people are when they see your effort. Use apps to speak with learners around the world. Join online English speaking clubs. Practice with friends. Even talk to your pet if no one's around. The key is speak every single day. Here's one great trick he used. He recorded himself every evening for 2 minutes. He would pick a topic like my day or my favorite movie and just speak. At first it felt strange, but after 30 days he listened to the first recording and then the latest one. The difference was amazing. His voice was clearer, his grammar was better, his fear was gone. Remember this. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. So start speaking even if it's slow, even if it's broken, because broken English becomes fluent English with practice. Next comes the final step to freedom. speaking without fear. By now, the boy had built powerful habits. He listened to English every day. He thought in English. He practiced daily. But there was still one big challenge left: speaking to others in real life. He was nervous. What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh at my accent? What if I get stuck? These fears are common. Almost every learner feels them. But he knew if he wanted freedom, he had to face it. So one day he took a step. He joined a small English-speaking group online. It wasn't perfect. Everyone made mistakes. But no one laughed. He said just a few lines at first. I am learning English. I want to improve my speaking. That's it. And that was enough for day one. Next time he said a little more, then more and more. With each small step, his fear began to disappear. He realized this truth. Mistakes are not your enemy. Silence is. You can only improve by trying, not by thinking, not by waiting, but by doing. He made a new rule. From now, I will speak English every single day, no matter what. Even if there's no partner, I'll speak to myself. Even if I feel shy, I'll speak anyway. Even if I make mistakes, I'll learn from them. This mindset changed everything. He started joining voice chats. He recorded himself talking. He asked questions on English learning forums. He helped beginners who were afraid, just like he once was. His confidence started to grow like never before. Now speaking in English didn't feel like a big thing. It became a normal part of his life. He could order food, talk to strangers, ask for directions, and even make jokes in English. He was free, not perfect, not like a native speaker, but confident, fluent, and fearless. So, what can we learn from his journey? Start small but stay consistent. Listen more, speak more, fear less. Think in English, live in English. Don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. Speak even when you're not ready. That's how you grow. You don't need to live in the United States or United Kingdom to become fluent. You don't need expensive classes. You need the right mindset, daily action, and the courage to speak. So now it's your turn. Start today. Speak today. Be proud of your mistakes. They're signs of learning. And remember what we always say. Fluency is not a destination. It's a journey. Thank you for listening. I wish you great success on your English journey. Remember, fluency begins not with words, but with how you think.